joint inaugural council meeting for the town of Creston and the Lower Kootenay Band. My name is Lou Varela, and I'm the town manager for the town of Creston. The inaugural meeting of December 1st, 2014 is hereby called to order at 7:03 p.m. I would like to invite Keith Clement, Chief Operating Officer for the Lower Kootenay Band, to the podium to introduce the outgoing council members, the current council members, and council-elect for the Lower Kootenay Band.
I would like to introduce the outgoing councillors. To the back, from the far left, is Councillor Arlene Basil. If you would stand. Councillor Ann Jimmy. The elected ones that were elected, we have to the far left is Councillor Destiny Basil. Councillor Sandra Luke. And Chief Jason Louie.
Thank you, Keith. I now would like to introduce you to the council-elect for the town of Creston. For Mayor, Ron Toyota. For Councillor, Karen Unruh. Jim Alford. Kevin Gamer. Jen Comer. Jill Snowpack. And Joanna Wilson. I would like to request Pastor Harry Haberstock to deliver the invocation.
Thank you. O God, creator of all things good, we are grateful for Canada and our Creston Valley where democracy rules. The citizens have spoken. Tonight we ask your divine blessing and guidance as the mayor and town council take office, committing themselves each to responsible, faithful service. We also celebrate this momentous opportunity in which the chief and councillors of Lower Kootenay Band join the mayor and town council in public support of each other for good governance. Bless them each with strength of energy and courage of conviction. Equip them to serve at cost of sacrifice in good and difficult times, that peace and harmony and security may prevail. We ask these things in faith, hope, and love for the safety, prosperity, and betterment of this community. With much thanks. Amen.
Thank you, Harry. I now would like to request Councillor Ann Jimmy to deliver the prayer.
Ninku nikin saka kunata hamatiktu kutsatsu kasponemo kutsatsu kat kapsen nikutskatas kuktkin hamatiktu tsmak kapmur kutskutkin kapsen nikutstakin aki hamatiktu kitkishwimur kutsatsu kis upcha yakamkhunikaki kapsen. This prayer that I have just recited is the Serenity Prayer. Many years ago, I asked an elder to have this written in our language. And the Serenity Prayer speaks for itself, those that know the Serenity Prayer. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now have Pastor Haberstock read the oath, and we'll be introducing Mayor-elect Ron Toyota.
Mayor-elect has chosen to read the oath of office.
Thank you. I, Ron Toyota, do solemnly affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of mayor for the town of Creston to which I have been elected. I have not, by myself or any other person, knowingly contravened the Local Government Act respecting vote buying or intimidation in relation to my election to the office. I will faithfully perform the duties of my office and will not allow any private interest to influence my conduct in public matters. As required by the community charter, I will disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary I always have a hard time with that word. Interest I have in a matter and will not participate in the discussion of the matter and will not vote in respect of the matter.
We see now the mayor's change of office.
Thank you. Pastor Haverstock will now assist in issuing the oath of office to the councillors-elect.
I invite them to come forward. If you would bring your Bibles with you. Do you, Kevin Beamer, Jen Comer, Jim Alford, Joe Snowpeck, Karen Unruh, and Joanna Wilson solemnly affirm that you are qualified to hold the office of councillor for the town of Creston to which you have been elected? Do you have not, by yourselves or any other person, knowingly contravened the Local Government Act respecting vote buying or intimidation in relation to your election to the office? Will you faithfully perform the duties of your office and will not allow any private interest to influence your conduct in public matters? As required by the community charter, you will disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest you have in a matter and will not participate in the discussion of the matter and will not vote in respect of the matter. If so, respond, we will. We will.
Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Keith Clement, to issue the oaths of office for the Lower Kootenay Band.
I would like to call up Heather Seddy, the Electoral Officer for the Lower Kootenay Band, and Constable Eileen Stanley, who will read the swearing in for the councillors.
I, Michael Jason Louie,
I, Michael Jason Louie,
do hereby swear that,
do hereby swear that,
as a newly re-elected representative
as a newly re-elected representative
of Lower Kootenay Band,
of the Lower Kootenay Band,
holding the position of Chief
holding the position of Chief
Councillor Agreed,
Councillor, agreed,
I will uphold and comply
I will uphold and comply
with all laws that govern
with all laws that govern
the Lower Kootenay Band
the Lower Kootenay Band
and carry out my duties
and carry out my duties
as Chief Councillor faithfully,
as Chief Councillor faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
impartially,
and partially,
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
I will fulfill the responsibilities
I will fulfill the responsibilities
of Chief Councillor
of Chief Councillor
and serve the full elected term
and serve the full elected term
unless I have reasonable cause
unless I have reasonable cause
to vacate the position.
to vacate the position.
I will keep confidential,
I will keep confidential
both during and after my term
both during and after my term
of office, any information
of office any information
which under regulation or policy
which under regulation or policy
is considered confidential, and
is considered confidential, and
I will always act in the best interests
I will always act in the best interest
of the entire Lower Kootenay community
of the entire Lower Kootenay community
when carrying out my duties
when carrying out my duties
on my honor.
on my honor.
I, Sandra Luke and Destiny Basil,
I, Sandra Luke,
do hereby swear
do hereby swear
that as a newly elected representative
that a newly elected representative
of the Lower Kootenay Band,
of the Lower Kootenay Band,
holding the position of councillor,
holding the position of councillor,
agreed,
agreed,
I will uphold and comply
I will uphold and comply
with all laws that govern
with all laws that govern
the Lower Kootenay Band
the Lower Kootenay Band
and carry out
and carry out
my duties as
my duties as
councillor faithfully,
councillor faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
impartially,
impartially,
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
I will fulfill
I will fulfill
the responsibilities
the responsibilities
of councillor and serve
of councillor and
the full elected term unless I have reasonable cause to vacate the position. I will keep confidential both during and after my term of office any information which under regulation or policy is considered confidential and I will always act in the best interests of the entire Lower Kootenay community when carrying out my duties on my honor.
I'm going to ask the new councillors to come up and sign the.
Would Councillors Luke and Basil like to address the gallery? You better come with her.
I guess I'll speak first. I'd like to thank each and every one of you taking your time out of your busy schedules to be here. As for me, as I said, if most of you read the paper, this is like my second run as being a counselor for the Lower Kootenay Band. I took 2 years off, and I'm ready to get back in there. And I'm also ready to work with the town of Creston, as well as the RDCK. And I hope I serve my community well. And yeah, thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to show your support for the town council and for the council of the Lower Kootenay Band. My mind is blank. Sorry.
It's hard to stand up here. I would now like to invite Chief Louis to make presentations on behalf of the Lower Kootenay Band.
Kisuk Seshmiet, Ugaklik Akent Awo, Ugakigache Yakanuki, Usukishkok Nikinwan, Gabi Aksmak Nasha. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The presentation that I'm about to proceed with is somewhat difficult for me. Arlene, Basil, as well as Ann Jimmy, we served together since the late 1990s to the present. And these two ladies have become very important people in my life. They've helped me through some very difficult times, both professionally and on a personal level. So they both made a decision to step down from politics and take a retirement. And it's a much-deserved retirement. And a lot of us don't understand the job as a chief or the job as a counselor. And I know these two ladies for who they are and everything that they've done for the community, that they've given 100% of themselves to the Lower Kootenay Band, to the Creston Valley, to the Tanaka Nation, and even to the province. And words can't even express how I feel right now for everything that they've done. That at the time, I was a very young man, not that I'm elderly right now, but it's been a long, long time. And it's going to be very different without them at the leadership table. And I'll speak to that a little bit further in my address, but at this time I'd like to ask Arlene Basil and Jimmy to come forward to accept a gift on behalf of the Lower Kootenay community as well as the leadership team of the Lower Kootenay Band. So we really never picked, but this is the decision right here. So that's your blanket, eh? And this is your blanket.
I now invite Mayor Toyota to come forward to issue his mayor's address.
Thank you. Good evening and thank you for attending our celebration tonight. This joint Town of Creston and Lower Kootenay Band inaugural council meeting tonight is very, very special for me. Our two councils have developed a growing and solid relationship since 2009 with several C2C, community-to-community forums, sponsored by UBCM, Union of British Columbia Municipalities. And tonight is another example of our commitment to collaborate and grow together. There are many thank yous that I must and I want to acknowledge. To our outgoing and retiring town council, Councillor Judy Gaddick, Councillor Wesley Graham, Councillor Jerry Smaltz, Councillor Scott Beach, and Councillor Tanya Wall. To my family, my wife Judy, my daughters Amy and Denise and their spouses and children, my mother Betty Toyota, all have been greatly supportive during my campaigns and on a continual basis during my last 6 years serving as your mayor. To my campaign team and all my supporters, your encouragement during the highs and lows of campaigning have been greatly appreciated. To our Town of Creston management and staff, your support and dedication is so important, and our successes and accomplishments are many. To our new Town of Creston Council, I welcome back Councillor Joanna Wilson, now starting her 10th year, and I welcome our new independent and individual councillors, Councillor Kevin Beamer, Councillor Jen Comer, Councillor Jim Elford, Councillor George Snowpeck, and Councillor Karen Unruh. I hope I didn't miss anybody. A week ago, we went through a 2-day council orientation facilitated by Dr. Gord McIntosh from Vancouver Island. And his comment to me midway through our 12-hour meeting was, you have a solid and well-rounded, independent thinking team. For this, I thank each of you as citizens who voted for this great council. Thank you. My platform was and is to provide continued leadership, and it is important that you understand I only have one vote of 7, and to continue with open communication. My posted hours in my mayor's office is usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., but I have been known to be in there about up to 6 days a week. I will continue with our bi-monthly coffee talks at local restaurants with our Staff Sergeant Bob Gollin, our Fire Chief Mike Moore, and our Public Safety and Compliance Officer Eric Gray. And our next meeting is scheduled, and I forgot to write it in, January the 6th. Mike, when is it? I wrote this thing and I forgot to plug it in. Sorry. First week of January. Plans are being developed for quarterly town hall meetings, and the Creston Valley Advance will be inviting each councillor to submit a monthly column on their council happenings. Our town website is a great tool, and we are continually posting and updating our town news. I would like to highlight 2 current events this week. I gotta get my pin. So this was launched this morning. It's called Your Happiness Counts. And I would invite anybody that would like to pick up a pin. I have a supply. All it is, we are asking you to go onto the communityfund.ca website and fill out a 10-minute survey. And this is a project, it's called Better Life Project, Happy and Well from Yak to Riondell. And I encourage you to take the time to do this survey. Also on Saturday, December the 6th, is our Santa Parade and Festival. And I would invite all of you to participate. I believe, Jason, you're going to be there, right? Thank you for your support, and I'm honored to have your confirmation to serve another 4 years as your mayor of this great community, being the Creston Valley. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. I now invite Chief Louis to come forward to issue his Chief's address for the Lower Kootenay Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to congratulate Ron Toyota on his successful re-election, as well as the newly elected town council. As you are aware, the Lower Kootenay Band held its elections for 1 chief position and 2 councillor positions. I'd like to welcome back Sandra Luke as a councillor, as well as newcomer Destiny Basil. I've worked with Sandra before and know what it is that she stands for, and look forward to the next 4 years. Destiny will be our youngest member, and with youth brings a young energy to the team. With all of the council together brings much wisdom and experience. It is a bittersweet day. I've worked with Ann Jimmy and Arlene Basil since the late 1990s, and they will both be taking a much-deserved retirement from the political world. There are times when you spend more time with the leadership at the leadership table than you will with your own family. First and foremost, our roles are that of governors. However, these 2 ladies have become like family. We have seen the best and we have seen the worst in each other over a period of 16 plus years. Both Anne and Arlene have indicated that they will still be involved in their community, just in a different capacity. Come January, it will be different, and I will miss you both at the leadership table. At the beginning of my last term, this job was a complete and total shock. The way our election regulations read, the one who has the most votes becomes the chief. With this year's election, there was still a big question mark for me and what the outcome would be. I will not go into detail, but we know that the 2014 elections were less than present on many levels. Having said that, the people of the Lower Kootenay Band have sent a message loud and clear of what it is they want. Sandra Luke and Destiny Basil will be counselors, and I am re-elected as the chief. With our previous leadership team, we accomplished so much. The First Nations financial certification status, administration policies and procedures, resolution in the RDCK landfill negotiations. The Tunaka Roundhouse started with just a dream and zero startup dollars and resulted in a $1 million building that will preserve our culture and traditions. The Lower Kootenay Band is not in a financial deficit, nor are we under third-party management. We are the elected leaders. I strongly believe that in the last 4 years, we were not afforded the opportunity to reach our full potential. We were bombarded with many obstacles that consumed so much of valuable time. I ask our community to allow your elected leaders to do their job without any further distractions or obstacles. Your leaders will find the courage to be honest and to fulfill our duties to the best of our ability. If it is a scandal that is sought, it's not in this camp. If it is the truth that you seek, just ask. But we ask you to understand that we are the governors of the Lower Kootenay Band, and we do not deal with the day-to-day operations of administration. We will seek ongoing professional development to better serve our citizens, but we ask the citizens to become informed through the various meetings and social media that LKB offers. We must make a push forward to prepare for what lies ahead. The treaty process. What will our exit strategy be? Much debt has been incurred through this process, and we must begin to plan strategically. We must begin discussions of the Chilcotin case and how that court decision can apply to the Lower Kootenay Band. Now, more so than ever, we have training opportunities to build the capacity of the Lower Kootenay Band citizen. Economic development initiatives are at our doorsteps, but our people must be prepared and seize these training opportunities. Each day when I arrive to the office, I hear the children's laughter and see them playing in the schoolyard. We must treat each child in the community like they are a chief. Teach them the Tunaka virtues, role model kindness. For one day, they will become a chief. Some of the children in the schoolyard have light hair and a lighter complexion. They are still Tunaka. We cannot continue to think in terms of the 6-1 and the 6-2 because there is only one Aksmaknik. We have the opportunity to create our own destiny. My philosophy for the next 4 years is to move forward with those who wish to move forward. As I mentioned earlier, I said that it is a bitter day. One thing that I will not hear today is good job, son. Many supports at the band level in the Creston Valley have sent encouraging emails, and I have come to appreciate this, as they always seem to come at the appropriate moments. And I appreciate the ones that are standing in the back, as there's an empty chair at the front, and I specifically asked for this chair to be vacant. That tonight I also remember my late aunt, who approximately 6 years ago in this month left, and she was like my mother. I left this chair vacant so she could be here in spirit to see and witness what we have accomplished together as human beings. And I thank my wife and my children. When you run for a position such as this, your family also runs in a different capacity. My partner Angie has been there through some very difficult times in my life. The last 4 years have been very trying on our relationship, but I know that she truly is the backbone and strength of the family. Saying thank you just doesn't seem to suffice. There are not words that can describe the gratitude. And I thank you, my partner, Gakan Mashka, our daughters Misty, Alicia, and Jaylin, and also Guswu. Tonight is historic, seeing two leaderships join in the spirit of unity and progress, in the spirit of humanity. the citizens of the town have made the right decision in electing their council and mayor. I would like to personally thank Mayor Toyota for becoming a mentor and becoming a very close friend. My sincere congratulations to all of the town council. And tonight, let us celebrate democracy. Hai, dachas.
Thank you, Chief Louis. We will now continue with the business portion of the town's inaugural meeting. The Council Code of Ethics and Conduct is presented for Council's consideration. The following resolution is recommended for adoption by Council, and I request a mover and a seconder to the motion that Council affirms the adoption of the Code of Ethics and Conduct for Town Council for the term December 2014 to the end of the present Council's term in 2018, as presented by the Town Manager. Thank you. All in favor? I now present the Council's covenant, which reads as follows for Council's consideration. We, as members of Council, will carry out our responsibilities as set out in the applicable legislation to the best of our abilities. Make decisions which we believe to be in the best interests of the citizens of the town of Creston. Review the background information and advice made available to us by the administration prior to rendering a decision. Seek further input when we are unsure of the issues or uncertain as to the preferred course of action. Refer any complaints, either written or verbal, about the decisions of Council or the actions of administration to the Town Manager for review, comment, and follow-up as appropriate. Refrain from making any commitments on behalf of Council to individual citizens or groups, other than to take the request up with the Council or Town Manager and to respond appropriately. Seek to participate actively in the decision-making process. Refrain from any public or private criticism of our administration wherein individual employees are identified. Act as good stewards of the town and as public servants of our citizens through ethical conduct. Provide effective leadership through guiding the corporation and the municipality through annual or longer-term goals and priorities, through the budget approval process, and by agreeing to reasonable policies which reflect, in your views, the best interests of a majority of our citizens. And finally, to ensure that you formally evaluate the performance of the Town Manager at least once annually and involve the Town Manager in this process so as to ensure a full understanding of the Council's candid assessment. It would be in order for Council to adopt the following resolution: that Council adopts the Council Covenant as presented by the Town Manager for the term December 2014 to the end of the present Council's term in 2018. May I have a mover and a seconder, please? Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. And now if I could invite each of you to come forward and to sign, please. Thank you and congratulations to each of you. I now invite Mayor Toyota to assume the chair.
Thank you, Lou. I'm just going to move this podium. And I'm going to sit, as I normally do in a council meeting. And this is just some of the formality that local government requires us to do. And as soon as we're done, Jason will introduce the band. They just want to get organized. Don't worry about it. So we have some resolutions that must be formally done. I'd like to propose for our standing committee that Mayor Toyota, Councillors Beamer, Comer, Alford, Snowpeck, Unruh, and Wilson be appointed to the standing committee. Committee of the Whole for the term December 2014 to the end of the present council's term in 2018. Do I have a mover? Councillor Snowpeck, seconded. Councillor Unruh. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Appointment of select committees. Proposed motion that the appointment of council members to the following select committees be referred to the regular council meeting to be held on December 16, 2014 for further review and appointment. That being the Creston Valley Spirit Committee and the Parcel Tax Roll Review Panel. Motion 2. Councillor Elford, seconder. Councillor Comer. All those in favor? Carried. Appointment of representatives to other organizations. Proposed motion that the appointment of council representatives to specific government-related agencies and community organizations be referred to the regular council meeting to be held on December 16, 2014 for further review and appointment. Motion 2. Councillor Beamer, seconder. Councillor Comer. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Appointment of acting mayors. Proposed resolution that the acting mayor's schedule for December 2014 and all of 2015 be as follows. December 2014, Councillor Beamer. January, Councillor Unruh. February, Councillor Comer. March, Councillor Alford. April, Councillor Wilson. May, Councillor Snowpeck. June, Councillor Beamer. July, Councillor Unruh. August, Councillor Comer. September, Councillor Alford. October, Councillor Wilson. November, Councillor Snowpeck. And December, Councillor Beamer. Motion 2, Councillor Unruh. Seconded, Councillor Alford. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. This is hard for me to twist around and see all these people. Appointment for auditors for 2015. Proposed motion that the firm of Gaddick & Carr be appointed auditors for the town of Creston for the year 2015. Motion 2, Councillor Beamer, seconded Councillor Wilson. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Appointment of town solicitor for 2015, 16, 17, and 18. Proposed resolution that the firm of Lorena P.P. Staples Law Corporation be appointed as solicitor for the town of Creston for the years just stated. Councillor Snowpeck, seconded. Councillor Unruh. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Appointment of the Naha-Kinbasket Treaty Advisory. Proposed resolution is that the following members of council be appointed to the Naha-Kinbasket Treaty Advisory Committee for the years 2015 through to 2018 on behalf of the town of Creston, being Councillor Beamer as member and Councillor Snowpeck as the alternate member. Motion 2, Councillor Wilson. Councillor Comer. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Why are you so serious?
Serious.
This one was before. Councillor Beamer wasn't listening a while ago, but anyway, we'll take that under advisement. Appointment of Regional District Director and Alternate. Proposed resolution that Mayor Toyota is appointed as the Director and Councillor Beamer is appointed as the Alternate Director to the RDCK Board for the term December 2014 to the end of the term 2018. So moved by Councillor Snowpeck, seconded Councillor Elford. All those in favor? Carried. It's called majority rules. Appointment of signing authorities for 2015 through to 18 that Mayor Ron Toyota, Councillor Joe Snowpeck, Lou Barella, Town Manager, Stephen Clausen, Director of Finance and Corporate Services, and Bev Caldwell, Executive Assistant, be appointed signing authorities for the Town of Creston for the term of December 2014 through to 2018. Motion 2, Councillor Comer, seconded Councillor Wilson. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. And the last item is the 2015 Council meeting schedule, that the 2015 Council meeting schedule as presented be adopted. Councillor Unruh, seconded. Councillor Beamer. Discussion. All those in favor? Carried. Is there any new business? Hearing none, I would just like to say that over on the podium or on the easel there, you can see the Memorandum of Understanding and Friendship and between Chief Louis and myself, and we will be convening our councils in the new year to review and then hopefully reaffirm this agreement that was signed between the Town of Creston Council and the Lower Kootenay Band Council in January 2010. And I think that's sufficient on that. Jason, would you like to introduce our guests who have traveled? You don't want to do that? Should I adjourn the meeting first? Motion to adjourn. Councillor Unruh, we are adjourned. It's all yours, sir.
So the Lower Kootenay Band Council will now pass a dog bylaw. I'd like to, just didn't want to be left out. So I'd like to invite Justice and Liberty to come forward, please. And just a brief explanation of what we're going to do here. I've been good friends with Justice for quite a few years and his family. And I've asked them to come up and share a song with us for the Lower Kootenay leadership as well as the town council and the mayor. So they're going to be singing an honor song for us. And I'd like to ask the audience to please rise and join us in the honoring of the town council, the mayor, as well as the Lower Kootenay Band Council.